In the quiet of a winter evening, as the last rays of sunlight fade behind the distant mountains, we find ourselves on the edge of an ancient mystery. It's not just any mystery, it's one that lies at the heart of our understanding of reality itself, the quantum realm. Imagine a world where two particles are so intimately connected that no matter how far apart they travel in space and time, their fates remain intertwined like twins separated by fate. This is what scientists call quantum entanglement. It's as if these particles share an invisible thread stretching through the fabric of existence, binding them together even when they are light years away from each other. But there's something peculiar about this connection. It seems to challenge our very notions of reality and causality. How can information travel faster than the speed of light? It's a question that has puzzled physicists for decades. One of these perplexing mysteries is the EPR paradox, named after Einstein, Podolsky, and Rosen, who first presented it in 1935. They argued that if quantum mechanics were complete and consistent, then instantaneous communication across vast distances should be possible, an idea that seemed to go against the fabric of spacetime itself. Now imagine this same scene, but with a twist. What if these particles are not just physical entities moving through spacetime, but also connected on an even deeper level, on the level of consciousness? This is where our journey takes us beyond mere science and into the realm of spirituality. The idea that quantum entanglement might have something to say about human consciousness has captured the imaginations of many scientists, philosophers, and mystics. In 2015, physicist Dr. Nicholas Gisson performed an experiment at the University of Geneva where he showed that not only can particles be entangled across vast distances but also that their states could influence each other instantaneously. This means that whatever happens to one particle is felt by its counterpart no matter how far apart they are. In the heart of an ancient forest, where the trees whisper secrets to one another through their leaves, a quiet mystery dances among us. It's not just the rustle of wind or the song of birds that carries our attention, but something far more profound, a thread that connects all things in a way we can barely fathom. Quantum entanglement is like an invisible dance, where particles communicate across vast distances as if they were sharing a secret only between them. Albert Einstein once called it spooky action at a distance, and indeed, the phenomenon seems to defy our understanding of reality itself. In this forest, imagine a pair of electrons dancing in perfect synchronization even when separated by light years. It's not just an oddity but a gateway into questioning the very fabric of existence. Now let's take a step back from the dense woods and look at human consciousness. Our thoughts, emotions, sensations, they all seem to bubble up within us like a boiling pot. Yet, what if there was more? What if our consciousness isn't just contained within our skulls but could extend beyond them, perhaps even connecting with others or things across vast distances? Scientists have long grappled with the idea that particles can communicate without physical contact. This has led to experiments and theories suggesting that the universe might be far more interconnected than we ever imagined. The double-slit experiment, for instance, shows how particles can exist in multiple states until observed, then choosing a single path as if they were aware of being watched. But what about our consciousness? Could it too operate on such principles? In 2015, researchers conducted an experiment where participants attempted to influence the behavior of quantum systems. The results hinted at something beyond classical causality. Participants seemed to have a subtle but measurable effect. This isn't just science fiction, it's challenging us to reconsider our understanding of reality. Consider the mind-bending implications. If particles can entangle across vast distances, could human consciousness do? In the heart of our cosmos lies a mysterious realm where particles dance in an eerie synchronization, defying the boundaries set by conventional physics. This is the world of quantum entanglement, a phenomenon that has puzzled scientists for decades yet remains as awe-inspiring today as it was when first discovered. Imagine two distant stars in the vast expanse of space. In our everyday experience, one star's actions would have no immediate effect on another unless light or some other form of energy travels between them. However, quantum entanglement challenges this notion entirely. When particles become entangled, their states are linked regardless of distance. A change to one particle instantaneously affects the state of its counterpart, even if they're separated by vast cosmic distances. This phenomenon was first observed in 1935 when Albert Einstein and his colleagues proposed what came to be known as spooky action at a distance. While Einstein famously dismissed it with skepticism, believing that some hidden variables must account for this strange behavior, the experiments conducted since then have consistently supported the idea of entanglement. Today, quantum mechanics is not just an abstract concept but has practical applications in technologies like quantum computing and cryptography. Quantum entanglement isn't just a scientific oddity, it hints at deeper truths about our universe. The more we delve into this phenomenon, the more questions arise. How can something be connected without any physical link? What does this mean for the nature of reality itself? Now let's turn to consciousness and explore how these quantum mysteries might intersect with human experience. Consciousness is one of the most profound aspects of our existence, subjective experiences that shape who we are, yet science has struggled to fully understand it. In recent years, researchers have begun looking at the possibility that quantum processes could play a role in brain function and consciousness. Some scientists suggest that entangled particles might interact within neural networks, potentially influencing how information is processed or even generating conscious experiences. If true, this would mean our minds are not in the heart of our understanding lies a profound mystery, a bridge between quantum physics and the essence of consciousness. Quantum entanglement is like an invisible thread connecting two particles no matter how far apart they are. It's as if these particles have their own secret language, whispering to each other across vast distances in ways that challenge everything we know about space and time. Imagine you're standing on a cliff overlooking the ocean at sunset. The light from the setting sun touches your skin, but what exactly is this light? It's waves of electromagnetic energy, invisible yet profoundly real. Now imagine taking 2 grains of sand from that beach. Each grain contains an infinite number of atoms, each atom with its own dance of particles and forces. Quantum entanglement suggests these particles can communicate in a way that defies the laws we've long accepted. Scientists have demonstrated this phenomenon through experiments where pairs of particles are created together, such as photons or electrons. When one particle is measured, it instantly affects the state of its partner, no matter how far apart they are. Albert Einstein famously called this spooky action at a distance. But what if we're not just dealing with spooky actions? What if these entangled states hint at something deeper, a shared consciousness? Let's dive into this idea by considering an experiment known as the EPR paradox, named after its creators, Einstein, Podolsky, and Rosen. They proposed that quantum mechanics was incomplete because it couldn't explain why particles seemed to communicate faster than light could travel between them. Enter John Bell in 1964, who developed a way to test these ideas experimentally using inequalities called Bell's theorem. These experiments showed that the predictions of quantum theory held true even when separated by vast distances. In other words, something mysterious and profound was happening beyond our classical understanding of spacetime. Now, let's explore how this might relate to consciousness. Imagine a world where your thoughts are not just confined within your brain but have in a world where the fabric of reality is woven from threads so fine that they can stretch across vast distances without breaking. The concept of quantum entanglement opens doors to realms beyond what our senses alone can perceive. This phenomenon challenges us to question not just the nature of matter and energy, but also the very essence of consciousness itself. Imagine, too, particles born from a single point in spacetime. No matter how far apart they travel, across rooms, cities, even galaxies, they remain connected as if by an invisible thread. When one particle is disturbed, its entangled partner responds instantaneously, regardless of distance. This eerie action at a distance defies the classical laws that govern our everyday world and hints at a deeper reality where information can be shared faster than light. The implications for science are profound. Quantum entanglement could lead to technologies like teleportation or ultra-secure communication networks that harness this mysterious connection. But what does it mean when we consider these phenomena in relation to consciousness? Could the act of observation itself influence physical systems, suggesting a subtle interplay between mind and matter? This idea has sparked philosophical debates and mystical musings alike. Some scientists suggest that quantum entanglement might offer insights into how our thoughts can shape reality, hinting at a world where intentionality plays an active role in shaping outcomes. These theories challenge the reductionist view of consciousness as merely a byproduct of neural activity, proposing instead that mind and matter are intertwined on a fundamental level. In this context, quantum entanglement becomes a bridge between the realms of science and spirituality. It offers a tangible way to explore intangible concepts like non-locality, the idea that all particles in the universe can be connected regardless of distance, opening up new avenues for understanding consciousness beyond conventional biological explanations. Consider an experiment where two scientists separated by great distances perform actions on their respective entangled particles. If one scientist's decision influences the state of the other, does this imply a universal web of interconnectedness? Could it? As we trace the invisible threads of quantum entanglement back through time, one can't help but marvel at the vast web that connects all things. The idea that particles separated by vast distances remain instantaneously linked is like a cosmic dance performed across galaxies, a dance choreographed on the most fundamental levels of existence. This connection hints at a reality where the boundaries between objects are more fluid than we once thought, suggesting that perhaps our understanding of space and time itself might be incomplete. Entanglement challenges us to reconsider the nature of separation, whether it's a mere illusion or an aspect of a deeper unity beneath the surface. In this realm of quantum mechanics, particles don't just exist in one state, they can occupy multiple states simultaneously until observed, a phenomenon known as superposition. The observer effect implies that our very act of observation influences reality, blurring the lines between mind and matter. This has profound implications for consciousness itself. Does it play an active role in shaping physical reality? Quantum entanglement seems to suggest a universe where particles are not just passive entities but active participants in creating their own reality. If true, this would mean that our thoughts, emotions, and intentions might have more power over the world than we ever imagined. The concept of quantum superposition also opens up possibilities for parallel universes or alternate realities. Each time you make a choice, perhaps countless versions of yourself are living out different outcomes in other dimensions. It's as if every decision ripples outward, like pebbles dropped into a pond, creating waves that spread infinitely and affect the fabric of reality. Consciousness, then, could be seen as a bridge between these quantum worlds, a force that transcends physical boundaries to influence both. The universe is vast, but curiosity connects us. Subscribe to continue the journey.